So now, the real issue is the real issue. I mean, if you come down to it, I don't know what you guys were discussing, but the real issue comes down to why would I want to follow Muhammad when I have Jesus, when even in your Quran, Jesus is superior to Muhammad? And I don't believe the Jesus of the Quran is the real Jesus, but you believe it's the real Jesus. Why would I want to follow him when I have the example of Jesus, who's morally superior and greater and better than Muhammad could ever be?
Well, because you believe he's God. And
no, even if I don't believe in God,
I feel
even
like,
if he's a man, even if he's just a man,
mm-hmm.
even as a man, he's morally superior and better than your prophet, not just from my scripture, from your own Quran, because you believe the Jesus of the Quran is the real Jesus.
Well, am I convincing myself, or am I convincing you as a Christian?
No, I mean, obviously you want to get us to become Muslim, and especially Shia Muslim. Why
No.
would I want to follow Muhammad?
Well, our job here isn't to make you guys Shias. It's to clean up misconceptions about all Muslims. For example, the reason I came is because Brother Hosseini was talking about fathahs and pronunciation of the Quran.
Okay.
So that's the whole reason I came.
You only follow one harf. You only follow one harf. That's you, Shia.
What do you mean one harf?
Oh, we follow. Okay, so we choose hafs, the hafs qira'ah, but we don't believe it's perfect. We believe that
good. I'm glad you're saying this. It's on record. So you just said we follow hafs, but you don't believe it's perfect. So you just admit you don't have a perfect Quran.
Yeah, what's wrong with admitting that we don't have a perfect Quran?
Oh, so you do admit that, because when I said
I admit that. The Sunnis also say this. The Sunnis believe there's missing Quranic verses.
No, they don't. No, I agree with you.
Sunni Muslim, we were always taught it was perfect. That's what I was taught.
No, you didn't. You didn't read the missing verse about stoning. And
no, we agree with you that the Sunni sources say the Quran is corrupt, missing parts, but Sunnis are taught, and we can play them. The Quran is perfect, every jot, every tittle, nothing missing, perfectly preserved, unlike the Bible corrupt. Okay, but you are Muslims and saying, no, there's no perfect Quran. But then earlier I just said that. I said, so
the only thing perfect is the message of the Quran, which is the message of God to humanity. We don't believe the book is perfect because, firstly, the chapters, and some might even say the verses, are not in order. That's one thing. What's this on the screen?
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Sorry.
But yeah, we don't believe the Quran is perfect.
You're talking about hafs. We're not talking about chapters and verses. We're talking about the hafs reading of the message. Is the message that you find transmitted by hafs perfect?
Well, I'm not knowledgeable.
We all we know is, or I don't know about just a layman, but all I know is that there are many nuances to tahrif, distortion, right? What our imams have told us, right? And I don't know if you'll accept this, but what our imams have told us is that whatever we have, follow that. If you have questions, ask us. That's why many of our imams give us interpretations of certain verses, right? For example, in Surah Zukhruf, Ayah 4, we believe that this verse refers to a revered figure rather than simply being a noun, right? But we still follow what we have.
Yeah, I agree. You follow what you have because you have no choice but to follow it. But what you have, you don't believe is perfect. That's what I was trying to get at earlier, and you just finally admitted it.
Well, I said this earlier. I mean, I thought I told this to you earlier. There are many nuances.
If I could just say one thing, you guys, I just want to say that I have a friend. His name is Andrew. His name wasn't Andrew before. It was Ahmed. But he was just like you guys, and he was such a zealous Muslim, and his father was an imam, and he was like, yeah, awesome Islam. And then his father married another woman. See, his father was married just to his mother, and then he saw his father marry another woman along with his mother, and he saw how it destroyed his mother.
Yep.
And when he saw how it destroyed his mother, he thought, Allah couldn't possibly want to do this to my mother.
That's
This
wrong.
Also, but I'm just telling you what he said.
Yeah,
He
go
said,
ahead.
I can't believe that Allah would allow this to happen to my mother. You know, that Allah did. And so, you know what he started doing? He started saying, you know what? I think we just don't understand Allah's word. So he started studying. He closed himself off for like 6 months in a room with books, every book. He wanted to find out, did Allah really say this? And he found out at the end, you know what? Allah did say this. And you know what he did? He left Islam. And he's warning other people against Islam because of it. And so you're saying this stuff, this unbelievable. I don't believe the stuff you guys are saying about your own daughters, about your own sisters. I don't believe you're saying this kind of crap, you know. But you know, you say this now because you know your book makes you say it. But if it was ever to happen to you, you're going to find out how devastating these teachings are.
I
Yeah,
am not agree with you. They admitted they will allow that to their sister. They do not care about their own family. That is what the Quran teaching, hate and sex.
No.
That is all about Quran, hate and sex.